It all starts right here, as you mentioned. It comes down to the pistol rounds, who can find themselves a force spot in the second. You can already see a little bit of a push up right there into the mid, and wardell with the opening pick of this entire series thus far, and doubling down as well with this team.
Beautiful job there. The opening 1 and 2 is out of the picture now. TSM is in the driving seat with a one-man advantage. The Viper wall, is placed down towards B. You can see a shot up here is posted up and intently watching towards long, making sure there's no funny business whatsoever. In the meanwhile, mid contest is good with the Viper or blocking vision. Subroza, Wardell, and Gang just going to go ahead and sneak their way into tube, nice and silently, with a minute plus on the clock here. A lot of opportunity, and so far it's looking B-centric, but of course the A split is possible here. Subroza, do we find ourselves a wild flyer? And we almost do, minus the trade coming out. Wardell responds and equalizes, and that's the TSM unison. Shot up in Larry Banks, one apiece, and it's just down to Rossi now in a 1 versus 1.
As for it, knowing that spike's already down, you play it slow and steady, look yourself for a post plant, and you go ahead and get the read on shot up here in the back. You got to make sure to hit those shots, and it looks like with a little bit of the dancing, we finally come to a conclusion. Rossi wins at that round. TSM find themselves the first here into the board with a great themselves a free kill. But once they go ahead and see that tip away, they're going to probably get the idea that, okay, they're probably pushing B off this point. They're not in the middle of the map anymore. You've already sat there and put the wall up. They're planting as well, so this is going to be the call, and Corey already finds himself one amazing kill off the get-go. I mean, with the Spectre through the smoke, I mean, you can't get more value than that. But I mean, the rest of the team on Faze Clan, they have themselves a heck of a lot more value. These rifles in hand, it's going to be a little bit more better for the retake. They get themselves a little bit more aggressive, these one-shot thresholds, and they can really turn this thing around. But with so many players right there around yellow, you have to find some kind of aggression. You have to bring this counter pressure out. You have to set the tone here. But Corey and Aleka were doing that on their own pace. Now with the 3K to flawless on the third round here.
Some sort of push from Reyna and Jet, so the rotate back is not going to be met with some resistance. I lied. No resistance whatsoever. Wardell is going to quickly get rid of Dicey, and that's going to push Jet back right away, not looking too aggressive whatsoever. A trade is possible here for babybay, but we'll see what they can do. 3 members rotating. babybay is making the calls at this point. The comms are there, and Wardell's brain is galactical. He knew what was cooking. Subroza gets the 1 and 2 shot up as the lonesome wolf left in this equation, and just like that, when you thought your rotate figured out, no, not so much. Wardell completely foils that plan.
He has himself the bubble there towards the end of the map, but I mean, there's just not enough here to really back himself up. He's going to play just for the safe route there.
The rotate would be tricky, a pick and roll, and not so possible. This is a larger map, and it takes about a solid 10-12 seconds to make it move, and with the commitment, here they go onto this site. Rossi debating where to put that wall. The Viper's pit is down as well. We're trying to figure out what exactly is happening in this mess of green. The spike goes down, 30 seconds on the clock. Shot up has found comfort in that pit, and we'll see now in a 3 versus 4 scenario in favor of Faze. That Empress also getting activated. Faze is not keen on giving up one bit of this. They straight up want to hold it and lock it. Shut up! Shut up! The gymnast absolutely having an amazing time on the ropes. And I don't even know if they knew what was happening. 11 seconds on the clock here. TSM, shot up, gets the 4. Do we get the ace? And it is close, but
come on, man.
If you look at the mini map, you can see Aleko's like, no, I'm good. You know what? I'm going to go for my leisurely afternoon stroll far, far away from you guys and take my gun to the next round. It does have that chance to do so. They do have the Sage Wall again to quickly deny any kind of pushes. The Resurrection is on the board, but apparently Wardell knows that yellow is on the focus point as babybay is out of the equation. Dicey responds onto Corey, and you have to appreciate the fact that that is the duelist out of the equation. So let's see how far they can get. Finally, the Hunter's Fury comes out, a ping towards sight, and Flya connecting on the greatest pick and opportunity here for Faze in a hot minute. Coming around the bend, Aleko fearlessly holding that off angle towards that wall that was posted up by the Sage, and he's still 31 HP, trying to maneuver around the Viper's snake bite, and all's good in the hood as you're going to play the post, but again, the numbers weird down, and Wardell continues to build a differentiating value for them, right down to just 2 members of Faze. Make that one, Wardell! Just solidifying this round for TSM. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Mick, when Wardell is locking it?
30 seconds for this opportunity, so it better come quick. Knowing the Hunter's Fury is already going to ahead and create some pressure, create some time for the rest of the team to push up. You got to have the answer here fairly quickly if you're Faze Clan. Knowing that Spike's going to be going down, knowing that Corey is on the outside with that Blade Storm. Not able to find the kill, but Dicey with 2 stepping up, doing what he needs to do best. Getting that leader, getting aggressive, playing the Reyna, almost finding a third there towards the edge. Seeing Wardell for just a split second before he falls 6 feet under, and Subroza with an answer as well. So now 3v2, Wardell doing what he does best, pushing himself on the side. The defuse is coming down, and it actually executes. That's going to be another round here for Faze Clan.
This is an early lead for Faze Clan. They've also forced the heal out onto Corey. babybay, close proximity. Corey does not know anything but strafe wide and connect to the dome ski. Rossi follows it up, and again, we're right back to the TSM advantage, 4 versus 3 here, Mick.
And even then, you already mentioned prior, sitting there talking about when is Faze opportunity going to come up? When are they going to have that window? And even then, that first pick on the Subroza, when you go ahead and get rid of that Viper, that is the opportunity there. But then you find the equilibrium. You find the team making that trade. You see Rossi stepping up. finding the plant as well as a wall as well, just going ahead and creating so much little space on the side that going through your system. You are getting ecstatic off of that.
And let's, couple of dopamine with the amount of value and money they pick up time in, time out. Like, the feeling of knowing you can buy an op every single round and not care is kind of troubling, right? You look at Wardell, he's had no issues buying an op, and giving Wardell an op has obviously been working great. Couple that with the fact that, he has a tour de force. It's completely bananas. You cannot halt the guy. He's going to have his favorite weapon. He's going to be able to open opportunity and picks, and the poor old Faze clan squad here with no money can't counteract. They can't get the same picks and opportunities for themselves. And again, in the current situation ahead of us, it's looking like 9-3 is the equation, unless Dicey here in the Empress form can pull out some witchcraft and wizardry from his back pocket. Coming around the bend, gets a one, dismisses. This is the Empress, the sauce, but no. Rossi, crosshair placement on Fleek, and with that, my friends, they pushed up towards B long, and they got punished. And then they're like, okay, you know what? We're back to our pigeonhole. This isn't working. Getting aggressive doesn't work, and then playing passive didn't work either. So what do you do at this point? And in the spirit of TSM style, babybay is trying to make their way onto site. Corey with the sheriff gets a quick pick responding, and Aleko follows in suit. Corey picking up the final and picking up a third. I mean,
better start holding these extremely rowdy angles, and when they go for the retake, you win out those rounds, and we just didn't see that out of them. And we can already see TSM looking to double down. Know they have themselves a lot of players, a lot of guns still in hand, and even then, maybe he already has a frag on his hands, at least in this one. So a great little tone to set the rest of this round out. You have the rifles in hand to really be dishing out that damage, but Aleko does too. He's already going to find a kill there with the shock dart, going ahead and looking to double down, knowing that the spike's going to be going right there on default. But Rossi has something to say about it.
I mean, look at the way Aleko did some damage there, and Rossi came right around the bend. Now Dicey is pinged out. The crosshair placement from Rossi is so good, man. Oh my god. I mean, put this man away, Aleko, around the bend, and that's a mountain. It ain't no hill or sandbox. Corey is going to do the deed of making that just a little bit more difficult to achieve. Aleko has a follow-up. Babybay, though, at the meanwhile, is saying, Wardell, I want to pick on you, and that's a good pick. You got to consider the fact that Wardell has been dominant in this matchup, but again, in a 4v3 with a minute on the clock here, down in numbers, Faze have everything but the world to lose, and 57 seconds now to do so. Meanwhile, still, Dicey trying to look for an opportunity onto Aleko. Does get that. Do they connect onto Corey? No! Corey with the tip of his forehead showing is able to connect on that pick and equalize it right back. And actually, I lied, not even equalize. Take it to a 3v2 advantage here, Mick, for the match point Dubsky.
And even then, you can already see the weapons stacked up for TSM right now. Faze Clan has to work something out, and saving that Viper wall, that is essential there. Shot up, didn't use it earlier, but it was a little bit short there. Short setting up there for the retake is setting up for that post plant to make sure that you can play behind that wall and play things slow and steady with Subroza having a wall of his own. But you need to get that spike down before you start pushing aggressively. I mean, you have no kind of leverage here. You have nothing to play off of, and you definitely don't have any rounds on the board to back things up.
Make sure the back end is covered. Again, this is one of those maps, Mick, where you need map control. To give up mid completely, to give up long completely is not a good feeling. Again, TSM don't know what it means to defend. Straight up attacking on the showers. Look at the opening they've gotten. Dicey, though, responds. A very, very quick bounce back from Faze Clan, but again, that's the TSM special. Nothing short of active defensive plays, and they get full control of shower for the time being. And let's see now, as time is ticking, what do they got? Rossi with the long shot onto the one. Equalizer.
I like that.
Looks good.
I
love it from Rossi. And this is another chance for Faze Clan to go ahead and collapse. I hear the satchel, and here they go on through. Dicey jousting Wardell, about to get overwhelmed. Aleko's got him covered with the bulldog. Not before Dicey and Babybay get it. Babybay doing what Babybay does best. Three-piece combination. And like I said, getting to the depths of sight is the way to lock it down. And with that one, Faze do a great job at just that.
Yeah, so playing it slow and steady now is going to be Corey, the last man standing with nothing but a Spectre in hand to be expected of him. Not really too much to be dishing out thus far. And you can already see those little crosshair lines peeking out towards B. B-long, trying to sit there and get some intel on players. But, I mean, you sit there running to a cross, you can see everybody aiming down towards B-long.
Like I said, do such a good job at putting the gas pedal down and then quickly pressing the brake, choosing when not to aggress. Larry Banks on short, gets shut off quickly. That's the equalizer and the advantage over to that TSM side.
Even then, you talk about equalizers, there's another one here for Faze Clan. Babybay having that introduction on the site, but getting shut down almost instantaneously as Rossi can go ahead and sniff the man out and take that shots as well. So already slowing things down. Faze Clan with no real initiative on the side anymore. You don't have those Viper walls to inhibit the vision a little bit. You have your Sky, so you have some guiding lights in hand, and you got Dicey with the Torty Force, but I mean, I doubt that's going to be whipped out. You have to check those corners, man, though. If you're going to be pushing onto a site and you're a duelist, you got to check your corners and protect your borders, and we're seeing at least half the equation be pulled out here from TSM as they win themselves another one. Viper can go ahead and sweep it up as he makes himself on the side as he's watching this flank right now, but I mean, you got to speed things up. You got to play a little bit faster, but you still got to sit there and check your corners. And Aleko finds himself too. That's going to be massive to slow things down, and it all relies on Dicey creating some space with his Torty Force.
what corner are you going to check when the corner's behind a wall, Mick? You're going to face check it? Well, you're going to get Aleko blasted. Like, that play and the patience for him to walk into that corner was the best thing Aleko could have straight up done. I mean, the snake bite on the floor, and then the thing, oh, there's no way this guy's going to go ahead and push. He kept us busy for the time being. Nah, Aleko's already found his way behind the wall. That's not something you want to do often because it's way too bait in the sense of you repeat that strat over and over. As I say repeat, it looks like a repeat of history as TSM now have a great number advantage to their name. Dicey is just half Ray Charles, half trying to maneuver around this garden area, and he's got a 280 force like you said. And is that enough to get the 1v4 situation? I don't really think so, my friend. Rossi and co just
or when they're playing so slow, you finally get the showstopper, and this better stop the show. You need to find the kills, but instead you swing a little bit wide there, not knowing that Aleko's around there in that corner in the crates, and you now let the bomb down right there towards Hookah, and that's going to be a call out. That's going to be a Viper spit saying, look, this spike is now ours.
I love the decision from Aleko. He gets his footing on Hookah, gets the pick that he wants, and says, you know what? I got control. Why do I have to give this up? I'm going to drop the pick. But again, you do have big Wardell posted up here, and he's not going to let anyone on. Corey getting aggressive, swinging. That's the one you want with Larry Banks opening it. It pushes Wardell away. The collapse needs to happen now before the rotates come, Mick.
And even then, Wardell got tagged up in the process, but it doesn't even matter. He already finds a kill through that smoke as well. Just blind fires and still manages. Subroza now finding some aggression towards the spawn, but there's even exchanges across the board. You got to sit there and get yourself onto this A site. You got to go ahead and find some control here, and you already have a player stationed towards Hookah. Aleko with some kind of a lineup here, which I'm really liking, especially when it backs it up with a kill like that. But babybay now having an exchange as well. 2v2, you got the rolling thunder because Rossi's still alive. I wouldn't blame him if they invested it right here. And there it comes out. babybay with the kill. Subroza not able to answer on it. But Rossi now being in a 1v2, back up against the wall, but just can't find it.
To feel comfortable in the second half.
Even then, you already see a little bit of engagement here towards the middle. I mean, Fly already reads one, but he just can't sit there and read Rossi, backing him up there towards the middle. But you can't read Wardell either. He's going to find that easy pick. He's going to back himself off of it. And then there, now already, I mean, we've blinked, and the round is already sitting there and found itself into a 4v3 favoring TSM. You just can't sit there and approach a site without checking something first. And I feel like this is a big problem. We mentioned Sova earlier being one of those initiators or using the guiding light a little bit more aggressively. We just haven't seen that, haven't seen the intelligence. But if you can find the shots in your Larry Banks, you can also get a Viper bit down and make sure to secure this and completely cut off the vision that Wardell's looking for.
Oh, love it from babybay getting Wardell. So the pit is not even put into the picture here now. Rossi looking to make an initiate type of activity. Does have support from his teammate Subroza, and they're going to go ahead and try and make their way onto site. But this big green mess is not going to be a great time to walk through, and it's in a good position. They have a lot of ground to cover, which means more HP points will be taken off their backs. HP points, hit points, showstopper. Here we go. Fire in your face, Subroza! Shutting down babybay.
Oh my
no
God.
Screaming, no opportunity. It's 2v2 here, Mick, and let's see how Rossi can maneuver this. Looking around, one in cubby. Snake bites, Rossi gets it, but again, time wasting. Those snake bites going to occupy a lot of this clock.
Most definitely will, and even then shut-ups also contesting the side as well. Just blinding it out, playing it slow, saying, look, the clock is ticking down.
So let's go ahead and clear it. So with the opening pick, yes, we've equalized. Wardell is now occupied. This is the chance for the collapse. Let's see what they do. Wardell has conserved the rendezvous, gets a pick. One more for the peak. No, still not choosing to teleport because you know what? Rossi's there. Coming around, alas, that's the rendezvous. He is back to safety, and you gotta love the reliance on Rossi, the support and confidence of Wardell to saying, I'm gonna keep re-peeking, man. You got my back. We're gonna get this done.
I mean, I got a one-shot Marshall, so I can just keep on peeking, right? I mean, that's exactly what Wardell's saying. Just let me go ahead, keep on shooting and shooting and shooting. I'm gonna find something eventually. Knowing I have 5 bullets, but knowing the backup there from the rest of his team.
Short, looking to go on through. babybay gonna go ahead and boombot this area. Corey knows there's activities. Gravity well popping here. Nice connection onto Dicey's dome. The man doesn't even get a chance to blink before getting clapped.
Yeah, so you can already see the answers coming through. You see now a 4v4 exchange here, Faze Clan and TSM being an even distribution here. But once again, an even exchange across the board. 3 ultimates here, though, for TSM. So, I mean, they're looking to invest every single bit of utility they can in this one round alone. So here comes the Rolling Thunder to back it up. But Faze backs up as well. Fly finding that pick, now making it a 2v3. You just have to hold this out. I mean, the spike isn't even down. That's the biggest thing for Faze right now. They have not gotten any levers. They do not have the blackmail to say, look, the spike is down. The clock is ticking in our favor. You have 40 seconds, and you know that this is giving time for TSM to come up with an answer, trying to allocate themselves across the map. You can already see the pinch play. You can see there towards back Aleko trying to find a play, but now he's all going to be by his lonesome, trying to now be in a 1v3 scenario and clutch things up. But coming on the flank, I mean, Faze Clan is probably going to read this with all the utility they already have back there. You just sit there, turn around, you get a little pinch, you get a crossfire, and that's GG.
Lecko here gonna go ahead and work around and
Standing on a swipe mouse pad, I will say. But as we do find ourselves in this pistol round once again, we see Dicey with just the cleanest of shots to go ahead and introduce us ourselves in this half. And even then, going ahead and setting the tone here, saying, look, that is now a lineup. That's Wardell off the map. He's been one of the big power players of this half thus far in this game, in this entire series. Once we go ahead and pick him off, things are going to go ahead and start speeding up for us.
the tempo is amazing from TSM. Again, that rolling thunder, they come right on through sight. Spike plant, full footing, the back is clear, the front is clear, Nebulas are blocking elbow, and they have full lock. Look at this triple push towards elbow, the flashpoint, that's what you want to see. That is how you utilize the breach to clear out elbow. And now from the opposing end, they have full comms and noise to what's happening. Flya is trying to contest, the trade comes out, the grouping towards elbow is clutch as can be. Larry Banks gonna go ahead and try and hop on, but not before he hops on the gravity well for a bit of a roller coaster ride. Keeps him occupied, and one more attempt here. babybay trying to watch left and right and everything else in between. Subroza makes it quick and easy, and they go ahead and push on. And
full force, all these TSM players are just grouped up.
oh my god, Flya just jiggle peeks and sees 5 people looking dead nuts towards him, and that's going to be the comms coming out. babybay and Cubby is able to get the one as Corey's coming around the bend. The Viper wall does a good job at taking some hit points off. Aleko responds, Rossi for the one. Quick 3v3 equalizer. Dicey, hello? Sharpshooting with that headhunter. Bonjour. Comment ça va? Welcome to the party. Wardell's going to hit the TP, but in a 2v1 scenario, he does have a good gun to boot, make it still viable.
One enemy remaining.
And even then, a little bit dinged up here, but not enough to really go ahead and be worried about. 92 and 33 in terms of armor, and having Larry Banks have only 100 health in the pool so far. He has a Spectre picked up, so it's a really good stance, and that's a really good shot to make sure to guarantee yourself this round. And only do this there for about 40 more seconds, knowing that they still have to get the spike down. This is the big problem that's been a huge common denominator on every single round thus far. And there's Corey with an introduction, speeding things up a little bit. But Wardell now trying to push up with this Torty Force. Everybody pushing on the B side. They use all this utility, but surprise, surprise, nobody's home. So this is a free site taking. You just go ahead and set up for the post plant.
Love it. TSM did this really well in the previous round. Their post was clean and tidy. Now with Faze having 3 members to spare, they do have babybay on the mid rotate, 2 towards coming CT, and they got it on lock. babybay's not looking the right way. Rossi cleans up that mess. A quick flash here. And Flya is, I said it once, I'll say it again. Full Ray Charles. Nothing to see here, minus Rossi's 3-piece combination.
Rolling Thunder come out. That's the collapse. That is the signal. That is the bell rung for the rest of the team to say, make your move on the side. We have now set up. You're going to flush Larry Banks back, and in the meantime, you're going to get another player to push up through hookah. You're going to have that exchange with babybay. He's exchanging his own. He's checking out. He's found himself a 3K. Larry Banks is backing him up, and there's only 1 player left. Corey can find one with the showstopper. Find a third now, and he's backing things up, but it's not going to be enough. babybay with the 4K in this round alone. The constant divide to assist them out. No, and I love that last round. That really set the tone for things. That was a huge swing round for them, and even then, we don't seem really capitalizing on it because Subroza already finds 2 in this round alone. The guy is pushing up. He found all those in showers, so I mean, you can go ahead and get dirty in there, but somebody's eventually going to get cleaned up. It'll look like Faze this time around. So with the constant divide coming through, stalling out some time for the likes of TSM to say, all right, let's create a plan. We can hear this plant on the other side. We know that they're going to be waiting. They're going to be prowling around this wall. They're going to be looking to make a move, and they know that this spike is now planting on the other side. This is a very corner-driven pursuit.
Members to, hopefully overpower the 2 of Faze Clan. This is the most optimal setup that TSM could take on. They're going to go ahead and get rid of the trademark. Satcheling on through is Corey, and they're going to, at this point, call it out that they're coming. The rotates are here. And yeah, but look at it. They're already on site, completely set up. But again, Faze has 5 members on the retake here, Mick.
They most definitely do. I mean, even then, Faze has all the resources allocated there, and they have the players, but not anymore. You already see the double kill go there towards hookah. They just didn't read Corey pressuring all that time towards Struck. And I mean, you see the rest of the players now making an answer to split up towards CT and Heaven. Shot up finds 1 kill, so that's a good start, and it's a 3v3 now, making it a 2v2 as we see an even exchange from both these players. But I mean, TSM having a little bit more health in the pool. Problem is, you still have this Viper alive, and for Faze Clan, that's extremely good. You're trying to go ahead, set up some walls, see what kind of influence you can get across the map, but you've already thrown out that wall. You don't really have the bubble and hang. You're trying to play off snake bites, but Subroza won't let it happen. You see Rossi on the edge, and shot up as well. Shot up right now. Guy has no health to dish out. Can't really fight too sufficiently there, and we see TSM find themselves in a match point. So you can already see the Seekers coming through here for Faze, trying to go ahead and speed things up a little bit, and you can definitely do that with Dicey and Shot Up both finding a kill respectively. So now a 3v4 as Faze Clan is still looking to hold things down. I'm sure that's calling for the rotate. You can see the horses racing across the map, but Shot Up trying to go ahead and find an exchange, or excuse me, Larry Banks on the back, just waiting for the time to strike.
Larry's so patient, but it's almost like TSM have just turned off that side of their brain worrying about it. Oh, you know why they're not worrying? Because Corey's worrying about it, obviously. So with that Larry Banks portion out of the equation, now Hookah is a good place for Corey. He's found a home in it and gets a nice pick onto babybay. So that trust and commitment, knowing that Corey's going to be clearing that out, now has earned himself amazing footing. Chambers low HP here. Wardell gets the one. Flyer tries to equalize, but not before Wardell is the one to do the deed, taking it all the way. That is the dub, the over